So this girl made a video on how her mom exploited her as a child to make videos, to make money out of her from YouTube. And this shit is fucking evil. You guys gotta hear this.
This is how my mom exploited me for money as a child and simultaneously subjected me to years of verbal, financial, and of course, physical abuse. Okay, so I wasn't gonna talk about this again, but due to my unfortunate luck and my lack of cybersecurity, my own mother decided to log into this account using my brother's iPad, which used to be mine, which is why the account was on there, and decided to wipe every single video that I had on this channel, including the ones that weren't related to this topic or her. So I'm talking about this yet again and filling you guys in on everything without the sugar-coated, what I thought was respectful language that I used in the last video that got taken down. So let's start, because I am sick of talking about this over and over again. I have a script in hand, so I don't miss anything, as you can tell, but just know that everything that I say is all my words.
If all of this shit is like bad enough, plus her logging in on her account and deleting all of her videos, like this has to be some kind of a community YouTube law that that was broken, and somehow maybe if this video goes viral enough, she can maybe contact YouTube, the team from Twitter, and maybe they can recover the videos, you know, and use this against her mom in court if it goes to that point, you know?
Here's the rundown. My mom and I have always had a rocky relationship, and it just got worse and worse as the years went on. In 2016, I finally had permission to make a YouTube channel called Jessalyn Grace. I posted consistently thanks to the help of my mom and reached 1.5 million subscribers in 2018, which is when I hit my peak. In doing YouTube, I had to deal with years of verbal abuse and sometimes physical abuse whenever I would make a video. My mom...
I was about to say, no one that fucking age should be making videos by themselves. I don't give a... No mom should be recording them, or no child should be just making videos of themselves just like this on fucking YouTube. At that age, even if she wasn't, which is horrible enough, she was getting verbal and physical abuse by her mom, she would probably also be getting a lot of the wrong people watching those kinds of videos.
Controlled what I posted.
This is just me guessing the worst.
Everything had to be perfect and fake. If I misspoke, said the wrong line, or made the wrong face, she would scream and shout at me. And I was 11 getting called a fucking bitch. Because I wasn't able to say things correctly on camera after being fed lines of words 2 minutes before the camera would roll. But it didn't matter, because my mom wanted the money. We needed the money, and at the time, I wanted to help my family out as much as possible. In high school, I was extremely burnt out, and my mom became more hands-off when I became extremely unmotivated.
Imagine being a child and thinking, I have to work, I have to do this, I have to help my family. Bro, the only stuff I gave a fuck about as a kid was trying not to get fucking, you know, punished and sent to the corner or in my room, because I was way too fucking messy and did a lot of like effed up shit as a kid. Because yeah, I'm a kid, I'm messy, I do a lot of stupid stuff. Meanwhile, she was worrying about paying off the monthly grocery bill.
I hated making videos. As a kid, you don't really think that what your parents do is ill-intended. And to this day, I know for a fact that my mom truly wanted me to succeed. She just went about it the wrong way. And I didn't realize that there were two forms of abuse happening. I honestly had no concept of the money I was earning, how much things I showed on camera costs, and the random designer goods that would appear in the closet. I also didn't know that only a fraction of it was going towards my savings, my college fund. It never occurred to me that years of work weren't being saved for me, besides the 15% that I'd only get from professional shoots, and even then, that was rare.
15.
Since being in college, fully supporting myself, it feels so discouraging to know that no one thought or advocated to set me up for better financial standing, especially knowing that I wanted to go to a 4-year university. My dream school was Stanford, for years. And the fact that my mom was behind the wipes of both of my channels, knowing that they were my only sources of income, is insane. I am a self-supporting college student receiving no financial help from someone who had me as their sole provider for years.
Does she have a GoFundMe or something? Like, let me just see, just to be... Email, TikTok, no she doesn't. Well, I would have like, I thought, anyway, she's a good person, let's be honest, like from everything we're hearing right now.
I'm sure most of my income went into her extensive handbag collection, as you can see here. The account is now private.
Holy shit! I only know the prices of some of these bags just because I have a sister, right? These bags are multiple fucking thousands of each bag, okay? She probably spent over 6 figures on just all of these bags and like these in previous pictures. This is insane.
These screenshots are from that account. Again, very extensive collection. Now she spends her time purchasing Labubus and handbags for her Labubus.
How is that
account for
an
her
adult
so you guys
woman?
don't harass it, but here are the screenshots of that. It's funny that she was able to spend so much money on handbags, clothes, furniture, but when it came to setting me up for financial success, we were suddenly not doing so well, or didn't have
Yo,
enough
how
money.
old is her mom? There's no way she's anything. Like, I'm giving her like 18, 19, 20, right? She said she is in college, right? Nothing above 22, let's say that. Her mom, there's no way her mom is anything below 40, mid 40s, right? Let's say mid to early 40s, for example, right? No fucking way. I'm giving her a minimum of 45. She's buying Labubus? Yo, I got so lucky with my parents. Like, they were making good money and they still are. And they saved up so much. They've never been into like all of these expensive, just bougie, just basically shit that's not worth $100, and you're paying thousands of dollars for it just because of the brand name. Meanwhile, they were like $200 to fucking create in Thailand and Cambodia. You know what I mean? I hate how materialism is fucking destroying people, man. And now even using kids for materialism.
If I remember correctly, we had more than enough for your classic flaps, your brooches, your jewelry. What about the close to 80 grand wedding you chose to throw while having an affair? She left my father in 2021, was cheating on him with her high school classmate who was also my stepdad, and I knew about this affair before my parents decided to drop thousands and thousands
Is anybody surprised about the cheating?
of my earnings on a grand wedding. My stepdad was invited to and showed up to it while being in a relationship with my mom. And I wasn't going to blast this on the internet, but Mom, you did take away my only sources of income twice. What kind of mom has such disregard and hatred for a daughter who has only given her respect that she probably doesn't deserve?
Yeah.
A daughter who took care of and loved your other children and spent years making content that you controlled and signed contracts that you decided, only to save little to nothing when I turned 18. And yet you still have the audacity to say that I'm being brainwashed, I'm being fed lies, that I'm lying. So here's how the rest of the video is going to go, along with some screenshots and other receipts. You should have left me alone, left my content alone, and I wouldn't have to resort to this. But it is, so that's just the consequences of your actions. And I remember you were always such a big believer in karma. To make things simple, my mom and I argued literally about everything. Nothing I said or did would make her feel better. In fact, everything I did irked her. For example, Mom, when I was bedridden for 2 weeks, I couldn't stand up without fainting. I had a persistent fever, I couldn't eat on my own, and I couldn't function.
Don't tell me she was still using her for money, for videos, please.
And get out of bed. You were angry at me the whole time, and I thought it was because I was sick and unable to take care of my siblings. I thought maybe
Holy shit, what is this? So it's better for you to avoid the issue then? Not care about why your mom all of a sudden isn't talking to you? Not care about what you might have done? Holy shit, bro! Listen, because you weren't even listening to me. Listening to you. You think I was mad at you because you are sick? That's your reason? Have more common sense, Jessa. The last person you should ever ask is Abby. What the fuck is... You
were just mad at me for being
Oh
sick
my god, bro, I'm not gonna be reading all of this.
Was just a burden to you. And turns out you were mad at this Instagram post. I wrote this caption, and I want you guys to read it and see if you can...
Okay, let's see. Jesslyn Grace, a content creator, singer, actress, full-time student, and most importantly, Miss Lao San Diego 2024. It is truly an honor to be crowded Miss Lao San Diego. Okay, so she won some kind of an award, I'm guessing, and got to learn so much about our culture. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Our heritage is something that we should embrace and believe it's crucial for youth to be active in the community in order to preserve traditions like this pageant. Okay, so she won some kind of a pageant. Something with her culture and all of this. Okay, cool.
Find anything wrong with it. The thing wrong with this caption is that I didn't thank my mom. I didn't mention her in this caption, where the director or the person making this post asked me for my experience on competing.
Oh no.
That is why I was sick for so long, dehydrated, couldn't walk or stand up.
Yeah.
And my mom refused to help me because of this Instagram post. This was obviously a pattern.
Shit.
My mom wanted recognition and would blow up if she didn't receive it. Same thing if I had a problem that involved her, it would always be me who wound up apologizing because I wasn't regarding her feelings. Well, even months after moving out, when I made my previous video that got taken down,
her mom was, no offense to her, but that's an evil fucking devil of a bitch. This is one of those kinds of people that they just like the idea of being a parent, of saying, hey, I have kids. You know, it's something that sounds traditional. You look traditional. You look accepting, you know? Meanwhile, they never really wanted to have kids. And she was young enough to be one of those people who realized you can milk your children into fucking making money out of YouTube, right? And back then, now there's way more of this, but here's a good idea. Back then, there weren't that many moms or dads making videos on helping parents how to be good parents, helping out with toddlers, teenagers, school, discipline, sports, cooking, cleaning, how to, accurately, praise them without going too much when they do something good because you don't want to spoil them. But at the same time, accurately punishing them if they do something fucked up because kids make mistakes and you need to teach them that mistakes and your actions have consequences. They could have sold products, like so much stuff, and made money out of this. She decided to record videos and like destroy her daughter's health. For what?
All I was thinking was,
And at least she should have given her 50-50. At least minimum. Just put it in the savings account. That's it. That's the bare minimum. I still wouldn't have approved it because I am against recording your kids for social media.
how to say the right things regarding her feelings. And she still didn't take it well.
Of
Mom,
course
you
she
can still
did.
paint yourself as someone who gets stepped on by her children, and there would be nothing I can do or say to prevent that. In fact, whenever we would argue, it would lead to me being grounded, sometimes for months at a time. The only way I could get out of my punishment was if I showed my respect to her by posting YouTube videos.
Bro.
Some of the videos you guys might have watched from my old channel.
When I would get punished, they would just like get my computer, get my phone, tablet shit, and they would just tell me just study. You get some better grades than you have right now. Go to your basketball practice, improve on that, okay? Hang out with friends outside. That's how you're gonna repay us. That's it. Show us that you can be better. That's how you anyway.
Weren't out of free will, but to get me out of a punishment. Summer after senior year, I was getting ready to go to UC Berkeley. I had graduated from high school and had a lot of things to look forward to. My mom did not want me to go to college so far away. In fact, during the application process, she repeatedly expressed her belief that I wouldn't get into a good college, that I would be struggling in college in terms of finances, and that I should just stay in Fresno, or Fresno State, or community college and become a nurse, something that makes money. In fact, during the application process, I had her write me a letter addressed to my counselor so that she could write me a letter of recommendation. My mom ultimately told me that she had nothing to write because she didn't know what good qualities I had.
Holy fuck it! Yo, she was not done with you. She was like, hey, listen, now she's an adult. She's good looking. Look, I can be honest. She's got a cute face, right? I can milk that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if this evil ass mom would even have the idea to use her now for OnlyFans. I had to say it. A lot of people probably thought of that, you know?
The Bay.
It's fucked up.
This was before I got into Berkeley, by the way. I wanted to visit the campus because I had just sent in my UC applications. And she told me no, because I probably wouldn't get into a school like UC Berkeley anyways.
I hope she did.
So yeah, she wasn't happy when I got in. She didn't want me to leave, and she expressed that with control. My curfew was now 8 p.m. I could barely go out. I had to ask weeks in advance if I could hang out with friends, and if it was too last minute, the answer would be no. Even though I had already graduated high school and I was going to Berkeley in the fall.
You're an adult. You can go out, okay? The police isn't gonna come after you just because you're 18, 19, and you're out.
And
your mom doesn't approve.
I was still being treated like a middle schooler. And at this point, we were still arguing every day. Heated arguments, too. Then came the incident that caused me to move out. My mom's curling iron was missing one day. She assumed that either me or my sister lost it, and so we spent all day looking for it while my parents were out on a day trip.
Oh my God.
I still couldn't find the iron, so when my mom comes back, she's absolutely livid. She cussed me out, cussed my sister out, again, livid over this iron. Then she finds it in my sister's closet, broken. My sister hid it after she broke it and then lied about knowing where it was. It's
That
stupid,
is so
yes,
sad,
but
man.
my sister was also...
like you're even scared to make mistakes in front of your parents, which is, as a kid, you know, the safest way to make mistakes and learn from them is by doing them, you know, with your parents besides you, and them teaching you about this stuff. They were scared, and also she couldn't buy a new fucking iron. Really? All of those tens of thousands worth of bags. No, I'm gonna beat up my daughter because she broke the iron.
in middle school at the time.
Insane.
I was exhausted at this point. I'd spent all day taking care of my two siblings. It was around 1 or 2 a.m., so I went to my room. And then my mom yells at me to come out because she needed to have a talk with the family, aka talk to only me. She started yelling about how I had no respect, and I was fed up, and I was really tired, so I argued back. And when I did, she proceeded to slap me, shove me, and scream. I told her she couldn't hit me anymore because I'm 18. Then she grabbed this wooden mallet, as seen in the photo, and tried swinging at me with it.
You can use all of this and report her to the cops. And I hope she did some of that.
Mind you, I didn't even break this frickin' iron. After that, she took my laptop, my phone, everything and anything I could use to contact someone with. So I wouldn't tell anybody what happened. And when I got my devices
Holy
back,
shit.
I told my now godbrother Joseph what happened, and I left shortly after that. I didn't tell them I was leaving, I just left, which is why she's blown up these last few months, and has done anything in her power to make my life harder. Honestly, it's just really annoying to deal with. And I don't want to talk about this anymore, and I try to avoid the topic as much as possible, but it does seem like she wants a reaction out of me, so Mom hears me reacting. Also, here are the messages she sent me the morning she found out I left.
You did this without talking to me and just left. This is not something to play around with. She's an adult. This is unacceptable, Jess. The cap fell off my tooth and I never got to go to the dentist to have them redo it. You've got money and time. You're fine. You're fine. You picked a really good time to run away. Come back right now and stay with your brother. I need to see the dentist. Does your dad know about this? You're making this decision to go and find every excuse, to use an excuse to leave just because you,
Not
just
really
because you
concerned,
have a little
just
bit of
angry.
money.
Needed me to watch my brother, didn't really care. After I made the video that got taken down, she made this written response public on her
Oh
Facebook.
my God, bro. I'm aware of what's been circulating around social media concerning my daughter, Jesselyn. As you all may have seen / heard, Jessa has confirmed that she chose to run away from home as soon as she hit 18. Okay? I remained silent with no response to the first video she put out on social media, regardless of the speculation, the criticism, public scrutiny. I still chose to remain silent on behalf of my daughter as she is a public figure. As her mom, I felt that I had a duty to protect my child. You didn't feel shit. You just wanted to protect your fucking finances. Anyway, to protect my child and continue to uphold her image as I have always done so. Yeah, of course. It is a private family matter that should have not been made public. Recently, I was informed that she has released a second video and has made me a villain in her story. I'm beyond distraught and still in disbelief. I have been dealing with great amount of emotional distress for the past 7 months, grieving for my child who had disconnected from me, as every mother would want for her children. It is to be safe, happy, healthy. Yeah, man, just listening, just reading this whole post, I'm just boiling inside. I'm just, oh my God, this fucking spoiled ass, fucked up, mentally ill bitch.
And after reading it, I genuinely laughed.
She is like these kind of people always want to make themselves the victim somehow. Like, even though she showed text, she showed proof. She even mentioned that there's been videos made about her, and she deleted them. And she still had the audacity to mention the videos that were made on her.
I laughed because here she was writing this as a concerned, loving mother.
Yeah.
Writing this as if I went rogue completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. If you really meant all...
She went to sell drugs on the Mexican border. Yeah. That's what she did. Oh, my daughter left because I was abusive. And where did she go? To college. Anyway.
Of it. Why did you take down every single post about me? Why did you take down the post of me in front of a Beamer that you bought with my earnings and pretend that you got it for me?
A
You literally wrote
BMW
on the
as well?
caption, because she deserves it. And yet I was never allowed to drive. I had to ask friends and classmates for rides back home from school. This isn't me accusing you of abuse. This is me telling the truth about the abuse. You exploited me and I let it happen. And I didn't realize it until I got older because I was your child. I am your child. And as a mom, you had a responsibility you couldn't fulfill. And that's the clarity that I needed.
She never wanted the responsibility. She just liked the sound of being called a mom, a parent. It's like a way to uplift yourself in society. It makes you feel better about yourself in society when you call yourself a mom, a parent, you know. She's also from, you know, that she's a millennial, I'm guessing, or maybe a boomer. Back then, that was very praised. That was like, oh, you're a mom? Hell yeah. Nice. She wanted that praise. That's it. She never actually wanted the responsibility of being a mom, as a lot of people are these days.
So I'm sorry to you guys for witnessing this whole mess. I can't recover the old videos, unfortunately, but new
That's
content
sad.
will come out once I get my bearings straight. But for now, here is a really summarized version of the old video that I posted, along with some information that I decided to leave out. But anyways, thank you all for listening, and I'll see you guys later.
I hope this channel blows up, and you know, she already has 90k subs, right? This got 1.7 million. She should have added a GoFundMe or something. I don't know. I feel like that would have helped her a lot with her college expenses and stuff. Anyway, I wish the best for her, and I just wish there was some kind of a fucking psychological mental test before people became parents. And even, I don't know if even that is gonna help that much. Just some people should never be fucking parents. Tell me what you guys think in the comments and have a nice day.